Tired of overpaying for domain renewals or stuck with terrible support? Here's exactly how to transfer your domain to Namecheap in 3 easy steps. I'll walk you through the entire transfer process on Namecheap's site, from the initial check to submitting your domain. Let's start. First, you want to head over to Namecheap's domain transfer page. Now, the URL is pretty straightforward, but the easiest way is to just search for Namecheap domain transfer, and you'll find it at the top of the results. I'm going to pull it up here so you can follow along. So here we are on the transfer page. Now, this is where a lot of people get a little overwhelmed because there's a lot of information. But trust me, it's simpler than it looks. The whole idea is that Namecheap makes this process really clear, which is part of why I recommend them. You can see right away they've laid out everything you need to know. I want you to click on that big button that says Domain Transfer. It's front and center, you can't miss it. This is the starting point for actually getting your domain out of whatever expensive or problematic registrar you're currently stuck with. Once you click that, the page will scroll down a bit and you'll see a highlighted section. Click on that highlight. What this does is it expands the details so you can see exactly what you're getting into. And here's the thing. I've gone through this process dozens of times, and Namecheap is really transparent about the costs and the timeline. They tell you up front that you're getting an extra year of registration included in the transfer fee, which is a nice bonus. Now, you'll see a button that says Transfer. Click on that. This actually opens up the transfer tool. It's a clean little interface that pops up right on the page. You don't get redirected or lost in some complicated dashboard. It's all right there. All right, so now you're in the transfer interface. You'll see a section that says Better Service, Support, and Savings in 3 easy steps. Click on that. This is Namecheap laying out the roadmap for you, and I really appreciate this because it shows they understand that switching registrars can feel intimidating. They've broken it down into 3 clear phases. Step 1 is complete your check. Click on that. Now you're going to type your domain name into the box. Just type it in exactly as you own it, with the .com or whatever extension you have. Then click the check button. This might take a moment to process, and that's totally normal. Namecheap is looking up your domain to make sure it's eligible for transfer. It'll verify things like whether it's been 60 days since your last transfer or registration, which is a standard rule across all registrars. So if you get an error here, don't panic. It just means you need to wait a little longer. Once your domain passes the check, you'll move on to step 2. Click on Prepare it for transfer. Now, this is really important, so pay attention. Namecheap is going to ask you for something called an authorization code or an EPP code. You need to get this from your current registrar. In my experience, you usually find it in the domain management section of your old account. It might be called an auth code or a transfer code. Copy that code exactly because it's case sensitive. Paste it into the field here. And here's a pro tip. Make sure your domain isn't locked for transfer. Most registrars have a privacy lock or a transfer lock that you need to disable temporarily. If it's locked, the transfer will fail, so double check that before you move on. Finally, step 3. Click on Submit your domain. This is where you actually finalize everything. You'll confirm the domain you're transferring. You'll see the price, and you'll go through the checkout process. It's just like buying anything online. You put in your payment details, you review the order, and you submit it. That's it. After you submit, you'll get an email from Namecheap confirming they've started the transfer. Your old registrar will also send you an email asking you to approve the transfer. You need to click that approval link, otherwise it will just sit there, pending. Once you approve it, the whole process usually completes within 5 to 7 days, but I've seen it happen in as little as 24 hours. And that's really all there is to it. From being stuck with a registrar that's overcharging you or giving you bad support, to confidently moving your domain to Namecheap, where you'll get better service and real savings. Go ahead and give it a try. You've got this.